All right, guys, so we have a special guest this week. She is actually one of my long-term viewers here on this channel, and definitely one that likes to speak up for the community and help out fellow players. Welcome, Laura Tomb Raider, to the show.
Thank you. Thank you for having me.
We're really excited to have you on today.
I'm really excited to be here as well.
Awesome. So anyways, what would you like to talk about? Is there anything specific that you were wanting to share with the community about what you do for your team, or?
Absolutely. I want to give a shout out to yourself, because I think that a lot of people have heard about you, but they don't really know the impact you've made. And I'm going to give a personal, for instance, for my team. We use your beginner guides series, your Atlas Exploration series, your event guide series are all in our wiki, which I love because they can decide for themselves which videos they want, but the links are there, and they actually appreciate it because they don't have to like look for it in, say, YouTube. But that's a major impact it has on our wiki. I love it because it's easy, it's simple, it's short, it's very clear and concise at the same time. And my team likes it. They've actually told me, that they appreciate me putting your videos in there.
That is really sweet.
Yeah. But no, it's a good thing because you really are catering to the group of people that we cater to when we are building our team, and that's to the younger, or lower level players. Right. Which is what you do, which is phenomenal. So it doesn't, it's not like you're going into, for example, Atlas, and it gets really complicated. But the way you present it, it's not, which is what I love about it. It's so self-explanatory. I love it. And I know I've told you that a million times, that, like I use it on the wiki, but it's my go-to source for, current information. The other thing I wanted to mention was your RPG Investigates. Mm-hmm. Now that's pretty new, and I love it, and I just want to encourage you to use that.
Oh, we're going to have some more coming.
Yeah, because I was so excited when I saw that. I'm like, oh, good, she's going to get in the nitty-gritty, and she's going to like look up things and just, have those questions that we want answered, but we don't know who to go to. And usually when I see your, my alert comes up with you posting a new video, I'm like, oh, what's that about? So that's pretty exciting for me, that you launched that new series. Mm-hmm. So that's pretty much, my take on how I appreciate your platform in the War Dragons, community, because it's so very important that people support you, that people like, your videos and subscribe to your videos, because they're really, really important.
That's really cool of you. I really appreciate the call out on that. I feel like the most important thing is helping lower level players, because they're the fresh faces coming into the game. They're getting aggravated, they get, ready and they just give up. And it's like, if we want the game to grow and we want to keep going, we have to help those players.
Exactly. But the other interesting thing, and people might want to know this, is if you wanted to start, say, a new team, you have in your beginner's guide, you have, which I use, the officer series. We actually have a PvP officer. We have a base officer. We have a communications officer. These are ideas that I got from that video, nice. Which I love. The leadership, what players might want to know what we're looking for in leadership, which is another video that you have in the beginner's series, or beginner's guide to War Dragon series. But all that, those little different, like, oh my God, like ruins and glyphs, and there's so many. It's like a plethora of information that I love. Because whenever I think about something, I'm like, you know what? I'm going to go to RPW because I know she's going to have something on that. And I still use it. I can't say it enough. I still use it today. I sound like such a geek, or like I'm in love with your, your page or whatever. But it's true. But you have such a calming voice. I think that's one of the things that I liked about you when I was listening to you. I was like, Yeah, I could hear her. I could. Yeah, she's good. The way she talks is like calming and inviting, and it's not condescending or any kind of thing like that. It's just really, you're like in your living room having a conversation with someone. That's what it feels like, and I love it.
It's so weird because this was not my intentions. The whole reason I did this channel, and I think you've probably heard, is because I've said it a couple times, is to help my own teammates, and particularly my mom.
Oh, wow, that's wonderful.
Yeah, because my mom plays, and she really struggles to learn some of these aspects because, it's a lot for her. I don't know what it is, but so I always say that, all right, I'll call my mom about an event, see what she's struggling about, and then that's a lot of times what I base my video around. Number one, to help her, but number two, it kind of puts me in the mindset of where somebody is.
Correct.
Or she'll call me with a problem. I'm like, okay, I never thought of that as an issue because for me, that was an automatic brain thought. But,
exactly.
But for somebody else, it needs to be broke down more.
Right.
And we don't think of that if we don't, break that down.
I think that's how I created my wiki in the first place, is because my wiki is very extensive. A lot of people have told me that it's got more information that they can think of, and I'm like, well, the way I created the wiki was for that reason. I'm thinking of all these things that might come up, and someone might have a question on, and I know it's in the wiki, and my first answer to a lot of our players is, look it up in the wiki. It should be in there, or instruct them exactly where in the wiki to look for it. And again, like I said, a lot of the videos usually are yours, especially the Atlas exploration series, because a lot of new players are coming in to our team that don't even know about wiki. Mm-hmm. And it's so much easier when they look at the videos and like, oh my God, thank you, Lara, for letting me know that there's those videos. And I'm like, yeah, it's just easier to understand than for someone to explain it to you. It's harder because they're explaining their experience when you need to hear it from a non-biased kind of platform.
Right.
And they might have questions that they can't have answered because they don't know what to but you answer them, which is great, just in making that video.
Yeah, what really is the struggle, though, is the changes. So, like, if somebody goes back and looks at my event guide video for the, fight pits, or not fight pits, but the Kingdom Wars first round.
Right.
Then they make changes, and it's like, oh, now I got to do another one. Oh, my gosh.
We have I just happen to be the training officer for ours, so when they come into the group and to the team, I kind of give them an introduction.
Nice.
There's one page in the wiki that's just welcome to War Dragons, what you need to know on a jumpstart basis sort of thing. And of course, that's where your beginning guide series to War Dragons is. And just give them just 10 quick things they need to know right away, and then from then on they could just move on to more extensive research. This game is not as easy as people think it is. They come in, as new players, and they're like, okay, I want to kill dragons, and that's pretty much it. And we're like, wow, there's so much
more to it.
Yes,
mm-hmm.
If you're going to be a hardcore player, and that's, we're kind of like looking for those serious, committed, loyal, fierce placing players, because that's how we are. We're very competitive in our team. And I want to just give you another shout out regarding that, because going back to the beginning of the series, the officers video, I must have watched that, oh my gosh, I can't tell you, 10, 20 times.
Wow.
Just to refresh the focus point. Because just because you listen to a video one time, it's not... I listen to videos a lot.
Aww.
And just to refocus, you know what I'm saying? Just to stay on the exact purpose for that video and what I need to learn from it. And it's always good to refresh yourself.
Right.
So, like, for instance, having a base officer, which is our leader, Kimosabi, I'm sure you know him.
Mm-hmm.
He, oh my gosh, our team is so strong because he has done bases like spot on that are amazing. My base level is sick for my level. But
it
with
is.
Our team,
your base is sick.
What?
Your base is sick. Definitely.
I'm pretty proud of it. I'm kind of like, tapping myself on the back a lot, because I'm like, if it wasn't for his help, it wouldn't be as strong as it is. You know, because I came in like one of those young people, like, oh, I'm going to put everything on every island, and I'm going to build it up, and it's going to look awesome. And I remember my first base leader told me, Anne, take all of that off and just leave it on one long island. And I'm like, what?
Yeah.
I mean, I spent coin too.
Yeah.
So I was like, cried. But you know, you learn it once. You know, my second account, I didn't do that. I strictly went by the rules and did everything, you know, based on what I've learned from, because that's why you get a second account, I think.
Yeah, you want to see what you've learned.
Exactly, apply it and make it that, you know, a better base, a better all around opportunity of using what you learned and place it there, and then show them in another team, like, okay, this is what you look for, this is what you should be, you know, striving for, you know, and like I said, you go back and you refresh what you've learned through your videos, and then just reiterate that to your team. Because it's good sound advice, in my opinion, you know, when I read it. Because I'm like, everything I've read and heard has been sound. And I'm like, this is good. I can forward this information with full confidence that it's the right thing that they need to learn.
And that's another thing. People really need to realize that, number one, this is advice. And that, number two, as videos go by, advice might change because of changes in the game. But it's not facts. Like, they should still go check on things. Because just because I say something, or Odin, or I can't even think of other names, Skyline,
Red,
doesn't mean that, you know, that we're factual with it. Because if you look at a video, it could be 8 months old.
Correct. And
things can change. So yeah, that's why it's a constant, like, job just to keep this stuff updated.
Yeah, but you have the most extensive video, I think, that I've seen out there that are specific to, and this is why I keep, you know, oh my gosh, you might think I'm such a geek or dork or whatever.
No.
But why I keep bringing it up, because they're specific. It's not a video and it's general and, you know, you go off topic. You really stay on topic. And that's what I was saying to you before. Like, I refresh myself because you stay on topic. And a lot of times you tend to, like in our conversation, you know, just go off topic. But it's primarily why I watch the videos. I can't say that a million times more than I have already.
That's actually, the trick is imagery. I create my images and then I do my audio based off the images. So what I do is I create a slideshow.
Nice.
And that costs me $60 a month for this website or for this YouTube.
Oh my God.
I know. So I was like commenting the other day that I only do this for money, and I'm like, dude, if I would spend my YouTube money that I've spent in my game, you know how big I would be? Like, shut up. But no, I pay for that Adobe program, the big suite, so that I can get, you know, legal imagery and all that stuff. Because if I use other people's images illegally, then, you know, my channel is being done illegally.
Absolutely. Yeah, absolutely. I totally agree.
So,
I mean,
yeah.
I like your recruiting video.
Yeah?
That is so cute. I want one. I told you that on your chat. I was like, I want one of those videos. Because we are trying to do something fresh, and that was really exciting. I saw it. I'm like, where did you get that?
That was a lot of work.
I believe it. It looked like a lot of work. And if you know, that's what I love about you being so serious about your commitment towards War Dragon, is because you see it in those outlets. We're recruiting now, and we have been actually from a previous, fortunately, leader had knocked us down out of platinum into gold. But within about 2 weeks, we got back up. We're full strength, full, you know, but you're always looking for that special player that's like, you know, committed.
Yeah.
And I love
or
that.
Loyal.
What?
Or just loyal.
Or both.
But you know what's funny is I actually look for low-level players, and you, because you keep up your wiki, that would be a good one for you. But a lot of times I always have like a percentage of low-level players. It looks like I have alts, but they're actually just players in training. And I think a lot of teams out there are afraid to pull in a level 20 or a level 30 because they're like, that's a lot of work. But if you put all the work in the front end, and you put that wiki together, and you put together something online, and you get them at least involved, and then like create like a buddy system for them, like find them a buddy or whatever,
Right, a mentor, right, and team mentor, yeah.
then they become loyal players to your team.
Correct. Well, that's what a lot of people say, is that they learn so much from the team that they feel bad that they would have to leave the team. And, you know, some people have personal reasons. Some people grow out of the team, and we understand that. Or some people just don't want to play anymore. And that's understandable. I mean, do I see myself playing War Dragons in 5 years? I hope so, because all the stuff we do, it's like amazing, the amount of commitment.
I know.
I want to read a quote real quick by Kenneth Blanchard, and he says, the difference between interest and commitment. When you're interested in doing something, you only do it when it's convenient. When you're committed to something, you accept no excuses, only results.
Wow, and I have chills.
That, to me, that's our motto in our team, and I, you know, just love the fact that here's this man who, he's a teacher of motivational speaking, but he pretty much writes books. And I read that, I was like, wow, that is exactly what we are. You know, that's what we strive to be. Yeah, so that's pretty much all I want to do, is give you props and just give you more reason to keep on pressing on and pressing on, because I look for my Tuesdays morning video.
Well, it's awesome, everything that we've talked about today. I think we're going to actually wrap up the recording part of this, and then I wanted to talk to you a little bit real quick before I let you go outside of that. So,
okay, great.
Anyways,
thank you very much for having me.
Anyways, I want to thank you so much for coming on the show. I didn't expect it to be about me. I'm extremely flattered. You actually had me tearing up a few times there.
Aww.
You're so sweet.
I just want you to know that it's just, you got to, like, you know, just be more positive. People like me that don't have the opportunity to tell you, I try telling you all the time. And it's a pleasure meeting you and knowing you and chatting with you and being here today. I appreciate it.
Oh, I appreciate you very much. It's people like you that keeps me going. Otherwise, I would just go back to private and let my teammates see it. You know what I mean? Not literally.
No, I'm serious. Thanks for sharing. I appreciate it. We appreciate it.
Well, I appreciate you coming on anyways today. So we'll hopefully have you again sometime soon.
Okay, cool. Thank you.
Bye.
Bye.